Welcome everyone to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So we got a baseball video for you guys, Yankees and Mets, and we're just gonna go into a few thoughts before the All-Star break. Now, I'll start first. The Yankees finally have won their first series in a month against the Baltimore Orioles. I'm feeling okay with this. I'm not going to say I'm completely happy about the way the Yankees have played recently, because how can you be happy about the way the Yankees have played? The Yankees, again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse because I feel like I do this every single year with this team. I'm here ranting and I'm here doing this, but there's only so many times I can do that with the New York Yankees. So, I'll go into, we can talk about a few players, like this guy over here, a few players that maybe need to get off the team, a few players that have been playing well. And we can start off Judge, Soto. I'm not going to talk about them. There's no point. We already know that those two are two of the best hitters in baseball. Okay. Now, when you look at the rest of the lineup, besides Ben Rice, I got some gripes. We can start off with take your pick. Let's think DJ LeMahieu. And just to think, I have DJ LeMahieu's jersey. Trust me, I like this guy. I like him as a guy. But him as a baseball, okay, pause. But him as a baseball player, he's cooked. This guy is cooked. He cannot hit. He can't run. He grounds into double plays. His fielding has even kind of declined a little. He is not good for anything, and he is taking up a spot on this roster. The Yankees called up, I think his name was like Jorbit Vivas or something. And guess what? Guess what we do the same day that we call him up? We have DJ LeMahieu, who's batting like 190 right now, constantly hits into double plays. What do? We have him bat leadoff during Friday's game. That's real smart, Boone. That is real smart. And you see it right there. What does DJ do? What does DJ do in the leadoff spot? He goes 0 for 5. Yes, I know we won the game, but there are still issues on this team. And I'm still going to point them out. Just because of one series win against a team in Baltimore who's also been struggling just like us, I'm still going to point out the various issues on this team. Okay, so I talked about DJ. Glaber. I've been talking about Glaber for a while now. This guy doesn't hustle, looks mentally checked out. I feel like I feel like we're here every single year talking about him not hustling, him, making a boneheaded play, whether if it's on the base pads or on defense. I'm tired of him. Get him off my baseball team. Verdugo, he brings a nice swagger, I guess, to the team. I can't be too mad about that. Fine. I guess I'll talk about Trevino. Trevino can't throw anybody out, and that's an issue. You got teams like the Boston Red Sox, who rarely run on other teams. Besides us, they were stealing however many bases against Trevino when the Yankees were going through their, just wonderful series losing streak. I'm trying really hard not to curse here when thinking about the Yankees. Like there's like a lot of thoughts in my head, and I have to just, Now, if we want to talk about a certain pitcher for the New York Yankees, the rotation, Cole had a nice start. Nestor's been good at home. On the road, though, he hasn't been great. Hill's been better. He had, obviously, 3 bad starts. He's been dialing it in, though. But there's one obvious guy, and he was doing well up until a point, and that is Carlos Rodon. Look, I gave this guy a lot of chances. He was doing well in the start of the season. Looking at him now, he has not been good. And he is getting all this money. Rodon, you need to get it together. You need to get it together. And we're paying Rodon for what, 5 more seasons? If he keeps pitching like this, Well, it's good. It's going to go down as another Jacoby Ellsbury type of contract. Volpe. I'll talk about Volpe too. Maybe Yankee fans may have overrated Volpe's start to the season.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Not me, because I didn't go off singing his praises, saying he's the next Jeter like some other Yankee fans, and even the front office has liked to do, and didn't want to sign shortstops because of Volpe, and he's going to be this great. Okay, but Anthony Volpe, I think, has also been slightly disappointing. He slumped during the month of June. We had to move him out of the leadoff spot. Oh, there's Jahmai Jones, who he's not even worth talking about. But Anthony Volpe, again, he had a nice start to the season, slumped in June. We had to move him off of the leadoff spot, put Ben Rice in there, who Ben Rice did good. I like Ben Rice. And actually, I'm going to go out and say this, but Ben Rice should be the starting first baseman going forward. I am not putting Anthony Rizzo back in there. Like, you can have him be on the bench. I know he's Judge's boy, but the way Rice has been hitting, I just don't see how you can put in Rizzo, who his defense has fallen off. His offense hasn't been good at all this season. But knowing the Yankees, we're going to like Rice will play maybe one bad game. We'll put Rizzo back in there, allow him to have 2 bad weeks before Boone, even acknowledges Rice again. And that's if we even keep Rice on the roster, because who knows? It wouldn't shock me, considering the way options work and everything, if we send Rice down. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. Now, obviously, the trade deadline is approaching. There's some obvious moves, that the Yankees have to make, and especially in terms of dumping certain players that shouldn't really be here anymore. But you can make the argument that there is no significant upgrades out there, so you're going to have to find some ways to make some trades. I would say definitely get a bullpen arm. We'll obviously do a trade deadline video. Get a bullpen arm, maybe get a guy like Ryan McMahon, I guess. But the Yankees, there's no big fish at this trade deadline. I don't know what Cashman is planning to do. I'm starting to feel a possible, whole dumpster diver type of move. We're going to get somebody that is past their prime, and we're going to expect him to relive his glory days out here and think it could be an absolute steal, because that's what this guy, Brian Cashman, likes to do. Roderick, you can start talking about the Mets. I think I'm done.
Good job there, Russell. So last time I talked about the Mets, they were spiraling, they were stumbling. I called a bunch of people idiots. I said that we need to sell. I said that the Mets needed to do this and this and this. And let me just say, what a difference a couple of months makes, a couple of weeks makes. The Mets, their season was just dead in the water, as Ron Darling likes to say. The Mets have turned this season around spectacularly, quite like another Mets team from 9 years ago. But let me tone down, right? The starting pitching has been excellent, right? Before, they weren't holding anybody on. They was pretty much giving up free bases. They weren't going deep into games, and they weren't helping out the bullpen. Now, people like Sean Manaea, people like Luis Severino, people like maybe even Jose Quintana have solidified their spots past the trade deadline, because before there was talks that we might sell those guys in order to try and get some younger guys in and get them some innings. But now they've been shoving Severino. I called it. Is having a great bounce back year. He's gone 7 innings countless times this year, right? Quintana's turning the corner, and Manaea has been good recently as well. I'm not going to talk about bullpen yet, because that's going to take a minute. The offense, though, JD Martinez has been the greatest hitter I've ever seen since Barry Bonds. Nobody better than that guy, but he's in a slump right now, so forget about it. Besides that, though, Lindor, he's moved to lead off. He's been raking. Nemo should be an all-star, like Lindor, raking. Alonso, let me just say this now, because we'll get into it later. Alonso's not going to be a Met next year. I've accepted it. He's not worth the money he's going to come in. I think it's time to move him on. Um, McNeil, get off my baseball team. You're an idiot. DJ Stewart, get off my baseball team. You're an idiot. And Tyrone Taylor, I want to like you, but you're an idiot. Get off my baseball. Besides that, everybody else, Bader has been mashing and playing a great center field. Marte, I know he's hurt, but he's been great. Mark Vientos and Francisco Alvarez. I'll be honest, I was more of a Brett Beatty fan. I was, but Vientos is our third baseman of the future. Simply put, he's solidified that spot. The kid has great power. He plays a nice third base. Amazing. And Alvarez, I mean, the numbers are there, right? When he plays versus when he doesn't play, the team is 20 games above 500 pretty much when he plays. The effect he has on the pitching staff is just unbelievable for a kid who's in his second year. So, I mean, the Mets starting pitching and their offense has been great. But the bullpen. Well, look at a couple of guys here. Jake Diekman. We signed you. I thought you were going to be a nice solid lefty, a secondary guy at Brooks Raley, but he went down with Tommy John, so you've had to step up a little bit. You are the worst pitcher I've ever seen pitch for the New York Mets since like Jerry's Familia when he was going through his little gas can, whatever. You're horrible. Adam Ottavino. You went from the eighth inning guy to the seventh inning guy to the sixth inning guy to the mop up guy. You're horrible, ineffective, right? Just people that cannot be pitching for this team if they want to win anything this season. And Reed Garrett has been great. Neil Nunez has been a great story. Edwin Diaz shaky at times, but I think the Phil Maton trade. I think that was a really good trade for the Mets. I like Maton. He has great experience in the postseason. But look, that is all great and that is all good, but they got to keep it going past the All-Star break. I know we're on a 5-game heater right now. We're probably going to beat the Rockies tomorrow. Going a 6-game heater into the All-Star break. But the trade deadline, we need more pitching, need more bullpen pieces, and yeah. Also, I can't forget Jose Iglesias is the greatest shortstop, or the most no, he's the greatest Mets shortstop since Wilmer Flores in terms of being just a fan base, just a fan favorite. And Luis Torrens, thank you, Yankees, because he's the greatest backup catcher I've ever seen. So yeah, the Mets are winning the World Series. Carlos Mendoza is the greatest manager ever. Um, yeah, go Mets. Right now, we're just clicking, clicking. Any
Yeah.
thoughts, Russell?
You all heard Roderick's delusion of the World Series, but I do have to agree that the Mets are definitely going in the right direction. As much as that pains me to say, I will admit it. Now, just real quick before we end the video, there's definitely one, maybe two things I definitely agree on. Like I didn't just disagree with anything, but there's just one point that I want to make about a certain player on the Mets, and that is definitely Jeff McNeil. I really think you need to get him off this baseball team for a few reasons. When you look at Jeff McNeil, I feel like he brings this very negative. I don't want to use the word aura, so I'll say something else. He's just very negative in general. He's always pouting around. He's always being cranky. You saw earlier who was that he almost started a fight with in the beginning
He,
of the
he
year?
started a fight with Lindor in the 2021 season when they went in the dugout. And
Yeah, I know there was that, but I'm talking about this year with the whole
this
slide
year?
thing. Yeah, at the beginning of
Oh, Reese Hoskins. Reese Hoskins.
yeah, there was that. He was overreacted. I just feel like he's a very dark cloud, in my opinion, on this Mets team that has been like doing quite well. I feel like he's
I
like
mean, you're not wrong. It's just that's just kind of what Jeff McNeil like. He
I know,
expects a
and
lot
that's
of
why
himself, and like
I know, and
when he.
that's why he shouldn't be on the team anymore. I
But
think
yeah,
you
the guy's batting
got
214.
yes,
So
there's that too, and I also think you got guys in the minors too at is that play infield, play like yeah, Acuna, that are going to be up here soon, and I just don't think he's worth keeping. Now, also Alonso, that's obviously a very debated topic within the Mets community. like
just
that's like you have both sides. I see the argument for both of them. I can't. I'm not a Met fan, so obviously Roderick can give like more into that. But I do agree. I don't see Alonso being a Met next year, and I think he is like very overrated by some of the Met fans. I like.
yeah. It's just like it's the only reason that we want him to stay from people that want him to stay is that he's homegrown, and it's like you can't let a guy that started his career hit all those home runs. You can't just let him walk.
Mhm.
But I got into an argument with some Mets fan page the other day, and it's just like if your main argument for keeping guys that he's homegrown, and it's not like the talent or it's like the locker room, that's not worth $300 million. So
Especially for a first baseman, and the guy's hitting what
yeah,
241 right now. Like,
and you have guys in the minds like a Ryan Clifford. You could move Vientos to first base and put Beatty at third. Like it's just I the way Stearns has put it, I don't think he I don't think we're gonna keep him. And it's pulling on my heartstrings a lot. But if you look at it from you just take the heart out of it, take the emotions out of it. It's probably the best thing to do. You know, it
yeah,
sucks.
yeah, it sucks, but also you don't want to overpay for a guy, especially when you gave him, in my opinion, a more than fair offer at the beginning of the season. He rejected it, and now I don't even know if he's going to get that deal at this point. Looking at
Dude,
his numbers right now,
I don't know where he goes, but if he goes to a Chicago or Milwaukee, they are 100% going to overpay for him. 100%. So that that's on them. I don't think he.
yep. Now, if you could all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll bring you all another video soon, a trade deadline video with some targets. You know, the Yankees, I'm going to, you know what, just for fun, I may bring in some old aging veterans because I know that's what the Yankees are probably going to do.
Jake Diekman.
You know what? That wouldn't even shock me. And our argument will be that Matt Blake can fix him. Okay. But if you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Let's go Yankees. And I guess the Mets.